Alright, let's dive into this All Blacks team selection because, honestly, there's a lot to unpack here. Dave Rennie's choices for the Stormers clash have me scratching my head in the best way possible. It's not just about who's in the squad, it's about what this says about the team's future, the players' roles, and Rennie's strategy. So, let's break it down. First up, Beauden Barrett. Personally, I think this is a make-or-break moment for him. I mean, the guy's a legend, a centurion, but he's been on the sidelines lately, and now he's stepping into what feels like last-chance saloon territory. What makes this really interesting is the context. Ruben Love and Damian McKenzie have been shining, and Richie Mo'unga is set to return. So, Barrett's got to prove he's still got it. But here's the thing, he's not just playing for himself, he's got to lead a team of players who are all desperate to make their mark. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a high-pressure situation. If he nails it, he could be looking at a spot against the Springboks. If not, well, let's just say the clock's ticking. Now, let's talk about the overall team selection. One thing that immediately stands out is how understrength this squad feels. I mean, only 2 players from the Ireland test are starting? That's a bold move. From my perspective, Rennie's sending a message. This is an opportunity for the fringe players to step up. Guys like Rieko Ione and Simon Parker, this might be their only shot before the South Africa series. But what many people don't realize is that this also gives Rennie a chance to experiment. Players like Fabian Holland and Leroy Carter are back from injury, and uncapped players like Siale Lauaki and Josh Jackham are getting their first taste of this level. It's a risk, sure, but it's also a calculated one. Rennie's not just throwing darts here, he's testing depth and seeing who can handle the heat. Speaking of depth, let's talk about the hooker position. Cody Taylor's been a rock, but he's not getting any younger. Samisoni Taukei'aho and Asafo Amua are stepping in, and this is their chance to show they can be more than just impact players. In my opinion, Taukei'aho's got the edge right now. His set-piece work is just too good to ignore. But Amua's no slouch either. He was solid against Ireland. What this really suggests is that Rennie's planning for the future. Taylor's not going anywhere yet, but if his form dips, these two need to be ready to step in seamlessly. It's a bigger trend in rugby. Teams are always looking for the next generation of leaders, and this is Rennie's way of testing the waters. Now, let's zoom out for a second. What does this selection mean for the rest of the tour? Honestly, I think we're looking at more of the same hodgepodge teams, players getting chances to prove themselves. It's a risk, especially with the Springboks series on the horizon, but it's also a necessity. Rennie's got to balance continuity with experimentation, and that's no easy feat. What's fascinating is that South Africa's in a similar boat. They're also mixing and matching ahead of the series. So, both coaches are keeping their cards close to their chest. If you ask me, this is going to make the upcoming matches even more unpredictable. It's not just about winning, it's about figuring out who fits where for the long haul. Finally, let's talk about the back row. Luke Jacobson and Artie Savia are locks, but the rest? It's wide open. Tupou Vai's the favorite for the blindside role, especially after his performance against Ireland, but Parker, Lakai, and Satiti are all in the mix. A detail I find fascinating is how Rennie's thinking about the Springboks here. He needs a tall blindside to counter their lineout, and Parker fits that bill. But Lakai and Satiti bring different strengths. Satiti, in particular, has something to prove after his performance against Italy. Personally, I think this is where the real additions are happening. Who steps up here could shape the entire series. So, what's the takeaway? This isn't just a team selection, it's a statement. Rennie's testing players, planning for the future, and keeping his options open. It's risky, it's bold, and it's exactly what makes rugby so fascinating. As we head into these matches, I'm not just watching for the wins, I'm watching for the stories unfolding on the field. Who's going to seize their moment? Who's going to fall short? And what does it all mean for the All Blacks' future? That, my friends, is the real question. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who's your player to watch? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more breakdowns like this. Cheers!